I hadn't unmuted the microphone yet, Chris.
Hello, little potatoes! How are you? Hello!
Apparently, this is our intro now.
We are, yes! We're in person again.
Hello! And we have a guest!
We have a guest!
Everybody, this is Phoebe. She is here for reasons that will become very apparent very soon. Which is also the same reason why I am waving a bottle of alcohol around.
Oh, Jesus.
So, Chris!
Hello.
Do you remember last week?
I vaguely remember last week.
Our last stream, because we're doing consistency now.
Oh, Jesus.
You read out, and it has now been clipped, it's available on YouTube, under the title A Very Sultry Reading. You read out the, I believe, what was the blurb? Or just a summary? Yeah, of a book.
Yes.
I can't quite remember. I don't know if it was this book or... was it this book or was it...
No, it was all Scott and Bothered.
Oh, the previous one.
The description they gave on Amazon to people who are going to buy it. That was how they welcome people into this world.
You read the sales summary for the previous book to this, which was put forward by our dear Phoebe here. And jumping off from that, because my beloved brother here is a classically trained actor.
No, sorry, let's be clear. I have a musical theatre degree. Okay, don't be calling me a classically trained actor here. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Okay, sorry. My brother here is a ponce, and so we decided to indulge in some of those skills. So we have the sequel to the book, whose summary we read out, which you can't read here, but is called Viscount Breckenridge to the Rescue, so it's much less of a bad pun, because frankly, I am very accustomed to very bad puns, and all Scott and Bothered, and it's up there. This
isn't equal to that.
Yeah, I didn't
This
think
isn't
it
sequel
was.
to this.
It's a group of novels by a completely separate author,
bugger.
no affiliation. This is the 16th in a book series called the Sinster series about a family. The Sinsters. I think this is the 16th. I think there's 29. She's moved into the children, cousins, associated horses.
She done a Boruto.
Oh gosh, she did a Boruto.
Or maybe it'd be more accurate to say that Naruto did a Stephanie Lawrence.
Well, maybe.
There we go. Trend setting in the modern world.
This was written in 2011.
2011. There you
The series
go.
has been going on since the late 90s.
Okay, so yeah, Naruto did a Stephanie Lawrence.
Yep. Eminently predates Naruto.
We're on to you, Kishimoto. We know what you did.
So.
So
Well, to know what that is.
Phoebe is also a nerd, but in a very different way. So in honor of this particular romance novel, we also got alcohol.
So
provided to us from. Fuck, did I get this? The Good Spirits Company in Glasgow, which didn't pay me anything or know that we're doing this, but hey, if you're ever in Glasgow, they're a really fucking good bunch of really, really good booze.
Also, if you want to pay us,
If you want to pay us, please pay us. But you already gave me a discount on the drink anyway, so I'm okay. Not for doing this for different reasons.
fucking run them out of business at this point. They'll all become being like, you gave Jonathan a discount, and they'll be like, who the fuck is Jonathan?
Yeah. No, they do an industry discount for.
And yeah, this is the real reason that is that aside from last week, seemed to go very, very well. We realised that we have two very compatible talents, and Phoebe has a wealth of knowledge on a particular subject. So we thought we would take my dramatic reading, Jonathan's alcohol, and Phoebe's fabulous knowledge of romance novels, and find the most appropriate novel. And I believe that Jonathan and Phoebe put together a drinking game.
We did! There's not anybody watching at the moment, so I was going to say write it down if you're at home, but you're not.
The rules are as follows.
The rules are as follows. We have to do one shot for any word we have to look up.
Okay.
which hopefully shouldn't be too many because we have two fairly well read fellows.
I hope.
We have to take a drink every time we say what, or maybe it's like or something to that effect.
Okay.
We have to do 2 shots for an unexpected animal, which I don't know the context for, but I'm very scared about.
Unexpected animal?
It says, quite literally in black and white, it says there, 2 shots for unexpected animal.
Excellent!
Which was something Phoebe wrote down, because basically I gave her a piece of paper and went, please write me a drinking game.
Thank you, Phoebe.
1 shot for physically impossible sex acts.
Hey!
Oh yes, that's one thing. We should put a huge disclaimer here. If by some ungodly miracle you are a child watching this, 1, how the fuck did you get here? 2, call your fucking parents. 3, don't grow up to be an arsehole. And 4, please stop the stream right now.
This is not how children are made.
This is not how children are made. Do not attempt to make children as this. This is not a manual. This is not advice. But there will be...
That's important question here. Important question. Phoebe, important question for you as the resident expert in the room. If people wanted to, if people wanted to read more physically possible sex acts, would they be better off reading 50 Shades of Grey?
Dear Jesus, I'm not going to tell anybody to read that.
Why read it when it makes...
All 29 books. Shit.
Weird.
So it's very much so. Women, people, there's writers, brilliant, bad, as with all great stuff.
Precisely. A lot of this was born out of... The reason that we are doing this in particular, just to drop the comedic act for a second, the reason we're doing this one in particular is born largely out of your great love of this, of romance novels and this series in particular.
Yes.
That's how we've ended up here. But I do want to get on with the rest of the drinking game. Because also, again, just to finish the warning that I started there, this will contain descriptions of acts of a sexual and bewildering nature. Hopefully no bewilderbeasts. We have to drink whenever something is dramatically unsexy. Or something dramatically unsexy is supposed to be sexy. 1 shot, and because the other thing that brought us to this, because we're Scottish, born and bred, and there is 1 shot for I've never met a Scotsman that speaks like that. Then we have drink on unrealistic descriptions of men. Drink whenever Scotland is magical or mystical.
Oh fuck.
Because apparently we're all fucking druids, hen. 1 shot for outright insulting assumptions of Scotland. Now, I don't think I can describe either of us properly as a nationalist, but we like where we live. We like this country.
I have been fond of some parts of it.
Yeah, specifically some.
Yes.
Drink every time a part of the body is labelled as made of metal, which is, I don't know, I think that's a very specific thing here, again.
He galvanized his steel rod. I don't know.
Chris, you need to stop saying shit like that. I haven't started drinking yet. And drink whenever you exclaim, how'd that get there? And that's the last rule. It will remain on the table for future reference.
I have to get up tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you do. That's why I picked this this lovely creme de banane.
I mean, yeah, so this is only 25%.
Yeah, I tried to get lower. I really did try to get lower stuff because I was well aware when we were making this drinking game that we were going to fucking die. And the creme de banane I usually get is only 17%, but I couldn't fucking find it anywhere.
So
we've got this stuff, which is, to be fair, it's supposed to be very, very nice.
I mean,
I'm going shot something nice. Fuck all of you who do lukewarm vodka.
I have to say that I thoroughly expect that I will enjoy it to start with and not be able to taste it by the end. So this is going to be good.
Yeah. I think they should have just got us a bottle of Maduri.
That would have been an option. I definitely wouldn't have survived that. Anyway.
Maduri's only 20%.
Well then, this is worse. You asshole.
Yeah.
Right. Now, as I understand it, and Phoebe, you will be able to clarify this, there are a number of bookmarks that have been placed.
Yep.
And each one has a highlighted passage that you would like me to read. Yep. I will do my best, having absolutely no prior information about this novel or anything to do with it, to try and give consistent voices. That may become more difficult as the evening goes on.
This is going to go so poorly.
But I will do my best, and I will. Yes.
We can swap over if you.
No.
If it gets too far.
Excuse me.
If you are lost to hysteria, brother.
That's not how this works. Right.
The bookmarks contain small précises of what's gone on in between, so that you're not completely lost because you can't read the whole thing in 2 hours.
No. Would you like me to read those pieces of précises?
Context.
I mean, I would just for those who are very excited about the story. Wouldn't want anybody to get lost.
No, we wouldn't want that. Right. Excellent. Okay. I apologise if at any point I'm horribly squinting because of the way that this room is set up and the fact that I don't have a professional.
It's a bit fucking dark in here.
I don't have a professional Twitch setup. This is the best lighting I can do.
Yeah, there's no ring lights for us.
If we're making fun of dodgy Scottish stereotypes, maybe I should be on the side of England. England.
There we go. We have an English person on the call. This is representation.
Exactly. I was about to say we have fulfilled. This is our diversity quota, isn't it? We've had an English person on.
Exactly. As two straight white men, we've had an English woman on the call.
Oh no! Okay. I think judging at least by this interaction, the last 10 minutes, and our previous in-person stream, we're gonna get fucking cancelled.
Oh yeah, definitely. But it's fine because it's about romance novel, and I mean, let's lay our cards on the table here. As someone who loves Shakespeare and Arthur Miller and all of these great things, my fallback comfort read is Stephanie Meyer. So I'm as trashy as we get.
Yeah, we all indulge in a little bit of trash.
Yeah. Although also Naomi Novik, and Naomi Novik
is fucking great.
I'm gonna go see her in Edinburgh in July.
Lucky
There's
bastard.
still tickets.
Would you like to read the
Yes.
cover?
The cover? Oh, certainly.
Just to wet everyone's.
Yes.
You are the only one watching.
The back, dear. This has been recorded. This may become a cult classic. You don't know.
It could. I mean, it's going to go viral on TikTok. Let's be honest.
Oh fuck.
So, Viscount Breckenridge to the Rescue by Stephanie Lawrence. Heather Sinster?
No, I've been saying it in my head.
Heather Sinster is looking for true love, determined to find the one who will sweep her off her feet into wedded bliss. Despairing of finding it in London's staid ballrooms, she steps out of her safe world and boldly attends a racy soiree. But her promising hunt is ruined by the supremely interfering Timothy Danvers, Viscount Breckenridge, who whisks her out of scandal and, unwittingly, straight into danger. When Heather is seized by a mysterious figure and bundled into a coach, Timothy follows them from London all the way to the wild and untamed Scottish Highlands. As Heather and her would-be rescuer work together to bring her kidnapper to justice, she begins to realise that there's more to be gained than just her freedom. And it's up to the notorious Breckenridge to prove that he's the hero she's been searching for all along.
Dun, dun, dun!
Class.
Does that count as a drink already? Because interesting Scotland to start off with.
Well, I think it's reasonable to.
I mean, it's untamed Scottish Highlands. That's kind of normal. But I do also feel like we
Scottish-
should have an intro drink. Cheers.
Skull!
It's okay.
Yeah, that's worse than I expected.
It is worse than expected. Right.
This is gonna go poorly.
We begin, as all good things do, on page 6.
Wait.
Heather at a risque party. Breckenridge. Spots her. There we go.
Should not try and read my handwriting.
Yeah.
My handwriting is perfect. I accept no.
No criticism.
Better than mine. Hey, Badger!
I was gonna say, Jay,
Yeah.
get the chat up on a device so that you're not like squinting at the faraway laptop.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is your job.
Oh, God.
I
Why is my
appreciate-
job now?
It's a person.
Yeah, you'll be.
Hello, Badger.
It's your fucking job, mate, because I'm fucking reading the book. Right. Are you ready for romance and alcohol? Here we
Oh,
go.
boy.
Heather let free and exasperated. But before she could even gather her arguments and turn them on Breckenridge, he tightened his grip on her elbow and started propelling her through the crowd. Startled, she tried to halt. What? If you have the slightest sense of self-preservation, you will walk to the front door without any fuss. He was steering her, surreptitiously pushing her in that direction, and it wasn't all that far. Let me go! She uttered the command, low and delivered with considerable feeling through clenched teeth. He urged her up the salon steps. He urged her up the salon steps. Used the moment when she was on the step above him to bend his head and breathe in her ear. What the devil are you doing here?
Is that kind of something that's dramatically unsexy is supposed to be sexy?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're about to do his clenched teeth trumped her clenched teeth, which we have in brackets to highlight. So I'll take a drink for that.
Slange!
This is going to go horribly wrong. The words, his tone, slid through her, evoking, as he'd no doubt intended, a nebulous, purely instinctive fear. That feels like another drink.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I've only just poured them!
I'm sorry, the use of the word slid through her as a phrase.
I did hear that.
That
yes.
is gross.
Yes, nasty.
Cheers!
Nostrovia! Christ.
And you were already mocking 50
That's
Shades
3?
of Grey. We're only on the first section.
That's only on the first section, that's 3 drinks in.
I'd read.
I can't sip this. This isn't sippable. By the
I should have brought the other bottle as well.
You should have.
Which apparently, unfortunately, is apparently nicer, but it's also slightly stronger.
It's
so
okay.
I thought I'd go for the weaker stuff. I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
Do
It's
you have any other
alright.
alcohol in the house in case we run
We
out of
do.
this?
We have vodka and we have gin.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. This stream may end early.
It may do. We'll see if we survive.
It may end early due to technical difficulties if I manage to vomit out the entire laptop.
By the time she shook free of it, he was smoothly, apparently unhurriedly, steering her through the guests thronging the foyer. No, don't bother answering. He didn't look down. He had the open front door in his sights. I don't care what ninny hammerish notion.
What? Oh, fuck.
That's your rule,
Can I
Jonathan.
get every time you yell what?
You asshole. Slime.
L'chaim. 4?
My problem is I can't do that thing you're supposed to do when you like shot things where you open the back of your throat and just pour it down. I'm capable
Oh,
of
that's
doing
not what I
that.
do.
No.
Do that.
I have to pour it into the back of my mouth and then swallow.
I hold it in my mouth for a second and then swallow.
Oh, you're revolting.
Yes, I am. But also, I'm the one with the throat problems, so.
That is fair. That is fair. But yes, so I don't care what ninny-hammerish notion you've taken into your head.
Also, I'm allowed to say what more than once on the same thing and not count for a second drink. I'm taking
yeah.
an executive decision because also, what?
Yeah, I know.
Ninny hammer.
Ninny
The fuck is a ninny hammer?
You hammer ninnies with
I've
it.
never hit a ninny with a hammer in my life. How dare you?
It's because you didn't own a ninny hammer.
Well, indeed, true, but you know, one can hammer ninnies with plenty. We're getting violently on topic here.
I know. That's later. Oh god.
Oh no.
Thank you for being here, Phoebe.
Oh.
Sorry. I don't care what ninny-hammerish notion you've taken into your head. You're leaving now. Hail, whole, virgin intacta. Breckenridge only just bit back the words. I don't even know what that means.
Virgin intacta?
I'm presuming that's
Virginity intact?
Presumably.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Latin, apparently. Ish.
I'm having to bite my tongue very hard already.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
There is no reason whatsoever for you to interfere. Her voice vibrated with barely suppressed fury. That is the first section. Ladles and jelly spoons.
That is a taste of the shit we are reading today.
Oh, here's the next bookmark here. It had slid.
So already we have your man, your heroic, deep-voiced
Shut up.
fuck bucket, manhandling her through a situation. Was like, you have to leave. You're leaving now. You're an embarrassment to everyone. Oh fuck.
I'm sorry. I love this note that you've left here, Phoebe.
Just before you do, check at the bottom right of every section. Little arrow means the section goes to the next page. Just checking that you're aware of this.
Right. Yep. No, I
Yes,
see. There's
I
a
did.
little red. Oh.
I did forget to explain that to him.
Right. So each individual section is bracketed.
Yeah.
And then it can keep right. Okay. Right. Okay. No, I'm here. Well, so we've done those paragraphs. We've turned the page. We have a lovely little note here that says, they refer to him as Breckenridge throughout, but let us not forget his name is Timothy.
Timothy.
Timothy. The sexiest name that
Oh,
ever there has
Victor!
been.
Hello.
Victor, are you sexually aroused by Timothy?
How you doing, man? It's been a long time. How you doing?
Right.
This is what I do with my Monday evenings. I'm very sorry.
Apparently so. Anyway.
On to the second.
Risky, indeed.
4 shots already, okay?
Right, okay.
And
right.
climbing.
Measured
Measured out of an egg cup.
I figured out who's speaking. Hang on. No. Reaching the front porch, thankfully deserted, he halted, released her, and finally let himself look down at her. Let himself look into her face. A perfect oval, hosting delicate features and a pair of stormy grey-blue eyes, lushly fringed with dark brown lashes. Despite those eyes having turned hard and flinty, even though her... Was there not a bit about body parts and stone on its
No, it was
menu?
metal. It was metal.
We're okay.
I did ask about stone when we were writing it, but
So,
there,
no, we're okay. Turned hard and flinty.
I
Even
am
though...
very sorry that our audio is only on the left channel. It might be because our mic is
No,
over
you
there.
need to change it to mono.
Oh, okay.
Mono output.
Sorry.
Sorry, I've come across this problem before.
Thank you, Victor. Where's our output settings?
So the output settings should be over... Oh, where is it? I found it before. Somewhere. Audio. Do. I know this is a very...
Convert to mono?
Uh,
Oh. It's on.
oh, it's on. And it's only coming
Like
out.
check. Out of the down mix.
Oh, that's stupid.
Just turn it off then.
Alright, see if that works.
How about now?
Are we now coming out both speakers? Go back, Jay, so that we can read the response. Is this now both...
Tell me!
Tell us!
Tell me why!
Ain't
Bollocks.
nothing but a fuck up.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a balls up. Tell me why.
I just wanna hear you say.
Put the fucking audio right. This is so okay.
I'll put it on mono again.
That fixed it last time. Apparently, it has not fixed it again.
I've unmonoed it and then I now remonoed. Now it's both. Okay, so it needs to be unmonoed and then remonoed.
For fuck's sake. Okay.
Audio settings are stupid.
Yes, they are. Right. Anyway,
Enjoy being negative in Magic the Gathering.
we were describing a perfect oval. Perfect oval hosting delicate features and a pair of stormy grey-blue eyes, lushly fringed with dark brown lashes, despite those eyes having turned hard and flinty, even though her luscious lips were presently compressed into a thin line. That face was the sort that had launched armadas and incited wars since the dawn of time. It was a face full of life, full of sensual promise, and barely restrained vitality. And that was before adding the effect of a slender figure, sleek rather than curvaceous, yet invested with such fluid grace that her every movement evoked thoughts that, at least in his case, were better left unexplored.
Can I just say, this exactly sounds like the kind of guy who would stand in the corner at a party and just ogle people?
The lady.
Yeah, I can feel the fedora from here.
Hardcore.
Yeah. Hardcore fedora.
The only reason she hadn't been mobbed in the salon was because none but Furlow had shaken free of the arrestation first sight of her generally quickly enough to get to her before he had.
So the only reason that she wasn't being mobbed by admiring men was because he basically just fucking rugby tackled her and dragged her out of there.
Yes.
Christ! If I didn't get you out of there, you'd be mobbed with men who want your attention.
Indeed.
At the very least, one waiter who wants to take your drink order.
But it's nice that he has made that choice. I'm glad he did, because otherwise she might choose differently, and that seems wrong.
I know,
right? It's just I can't even.
Freedom of agency.
Freedom of agency. Why would you ever want such a thing?
I know. It's like having the right to vote.
Oh, there can't be voting.
Women voting? Nonsense.
There's a wonderful bit that Elijah Schlesinger does about, sort of men and women physicality and like how that's connected to voting.
Right. Well, while you
go look it up.
Okay.
It's a wonderful bit about just this woman sitting, just this housewife in her garage, just putting up weights, and she's like, "Get out of the way, Jebediah. Mama's going to the polls."
I mean, that sounds radiant, but
it's
currently I have a new paragraph.
Oh boy.
Breckenridge. One simply couldn't tell what. Start the paragraph here. Heather inwardly dithered. This was the trouble with Breckenridge. One simply couldn't tell what he was thinking. His face, that of a Greek god, all clean planes and sharp angles, lean cheeks below high cheekbones, and a strong, square jaw.
How many Greek gods have you fucking met?
Not many, if I'm honest, but I think square jaw is like a common theme in like the statuary.
You usually can't tell under the beards.
That is true. Bitch needs a beard. Anyway, square jaw remaining.
That's oddly pretty. When we get there, oh god.
For fuck's sake.
I'm very excited for that.
Right, go on.
Remained aristocratic. Utterly. No matter what was going through, not even his headed expression. Perennially cared for little beyond his immediate pleasure.
I really don't want to know about the expression of his perineum.
For a start, perennial doesn't mean that, and you know that, you dickhead.
Yes, it's almost like I'm making a joke and wanting to point out that this is an unrealistic description of men.
Oh, fuck off!
Scarlet.
Every element of his
appearance. We're a third of the way down the bottle already. We're only just more than half an hour in.
I know, you really should have brought more than one bottle.
I really should have, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad.
You can count it against taxes. It's a work expense. This is tax deductible alcohol.
I don't think you can deduct tax on that.
Yeah, if it's a work
Fuck!
expense. It's like if you have a meeting over a lunch, you do the lunch against tax. It's the same
And
thing.
you can deduct the food, but the outcome.
Yeah, it's a work expense.
I should have bought this on the fucking company card.
Yeah, it's content. There we go.
This technically is advertising.
Apparently so.
Apparently, God forbid.
Every element of his appearance, from his exquisitely understated attire, the severe cut of his clothes making the lean strength they concealed only more apparent.
This is the same unrealistic description, so we're not drinking twice.
Correct. To the languid drawl he habitually affected, supported that image, one she was fairly certain, was a comprehensive facade. Dun dun dun!
Which, when it was a Pokemon, we used to what's called facade.
We did.
Because we'd never heard the word read out loud.
Yes.
And they didn't have a little French squiggly thing.
No, we didn't have the French squiggly thing.
I can't remember what that's ever called.
It's called circumflex, I believe.
No, circumflex is that little thing over the top.
Oh, then I have no idea.
That's what's...
Oh well.
Fuck the banner.
The word. Sorry. New paragraph.
Really glad I didn't make him.
The words had barely left his lips when the other carriage, a travelling coach, drew level with Heather. And slowed.
Dun dun dun!
Legit whole paragraph to the words "and slowed."
Oh come on! I know my paragraphing's a bit of a shambles sometimes. It's not that bad.
I know.
Paragraphing is about vibes.
It is very
It is
true.
about vibe.
And this is definitely vibes.
It's certainly a vibe of something.
And slowed.
I think the accompanies a vibe.
The coach's door swung open and a man shot out. Another leapt down from beside the driver. Before Breckenridge could haul in a breath, the pair had slipped past the carriages lining the pavement and grabbed Heather. Smothering her shocked cry, they hoisted her up, carrying her to the couch. Coach!
Suddenly this is a very different story.
Carried her to the coach and bundled her inside.
My God.
Hey! Breckenridge's shout was echoed by a coachman a few carriages down
Hey!
the line.
Fucking what, mate?
It's like, oi!
To answer your question.
That's a lady you've got there!
To answer your question, Victor, because we are reading a romance novel that is of, and we're drinking along to a whole drinking game. But it does feel a lot like the men writing women subreddit.
So yes, important to note though that this is written by a woman. We have our resident romance novelist expert Phoebe on hand.
Say hello, Phoebe.
And Phoebe and Jonathan Phoebe I believe wrote this drinking game.
I had input.
Jonathan had input, and I have never read this book or know anything about it before, and I'm here to give it dramatic, what's name?
Poignance.
Poignance.
It's
very poignant when he goes, "Hey!
Oi!" This is London, so we are allowed to give the coach driver an extremely Cockney accent.
That's the point. If the
Full Lee Evans. I'm so Cockney at it.
If the coach driver comes along, I will. If they actually, I don't think they do. Let's see. Sorry. Hey, Breckenridge's shout was echoed by a coachman a few carriages down the line, but the men were already tumbling through the coach door as the coachman whipped up his horses. So many uses of the word coach. Sorry.
Yes, it's a coach on a couch.
I
love the idea of a horse-drawn couch. A horse-drawn couch is a fucking great image.
That's true.
Just three guys just desperately holding onto a sofa as a horse rockets down the street. That's absolutely a thing that students would do. What?
I think it would be better if she was like elegantly reclining on like a kind of like a divan settee while the horse is literally going like 40 miles an hour.
Helpful leather.
And there's no wheels, it's just bumping up and down on the ground.
You tell me that's not something that students would do at a posh university.
Yeah.
Where they could get a horse.
Well, St Andrews. Anyway. Right. Breckenridge was down the steps and racing along the pavement before he'd even formed the thought of giving chase. The travelling coach disappeared around the curve of the crescent that was Wadham Gardens. From the rattle of the wheels, the coach turned right up the first connecting street. Reaching the carriage, where the coachman who'd yelled now sat stunned and staring after the kidnapper's coach, Breckenridge climbed up and gathered the reins. "Let me. I'm a friend of the family."
That's not a fucking explanation for stealing somebody's coach. That's you've seen your friend get, pulled into a taxi and run off. You go to the next person's car, you haul open the door and be like, "I'm a friend of the family. Get out of the fucking car."
It does feel very GTA.
I was gonna say, I don't think What? Alright, so he's got into her carriage to chase out him. This isn't because I was gonna imagine.
What it actually sounds like is because it just goes up to the coachman that shouted.
Yeah, which is just, as far as we're aware, some guy. I can't imagine Nico Bellic going, "I'm a friend of the family, give me the fucking car," and driving off.
Anyway, so he goes, "Let me. I'm a friend of the family. We're going after her." Right.
To which the appropriate response is, "Who the fuck are you?"
Well, the appropriate response is we now move to the next exciting bookmark.
Yes, we're only reading excerpts.
Yes, we're not reading the whole novel.
Can you not hear her?
People not hear me.
Oh, Jesus, that'll be our fault.
Was that a thing from Badger saying, "I think the Skype audio isn't working"? Alright!
I mean, you need to hear me. Very important.
I was going to
it
say...
works now.
It works now?
I think it was just a juddering.
Just a juddering, that's fine. Alright, our next Phoebe note. Heather has been kidnapped, but... Gasp! Breckenridge has kept up.
I'm sorry!
Our heroine must learn all she can of her captor.
Dun dun dun.
Lots of... Yeah, very dun dun dun.
Are we about to get into the Scottish racism now?
You may be about to get
Everyone's a little bit racist sometimes. If any of us
yeah.
are not speaking loud enough, Victor, we only ever speak loud enough.
Here we go.
Phoebe, I think you need to start shouting
I
at us
think
more.
that might be... Oh, maybe, go forth.
Yeah, but it's funnier to say that it's racist against Scots.
We're gonna end up in a big... Let's that's a rabbit hole. Let's not do it. Right.
Try and speak louder, Phoebe, because I think the mic is not behaving itself.
Okay, is this loud enough? Hear me. I'm very important.
Can you go into Skype and can you adjust the input?
It cuts in and out. Also, sometimes Chris randomly gets quieter as well.
Oh, that's... Well...
Okay, I don't think that's anything I can fix.
That's just Twitch hates us, guys.
I think
That's just Twitch hates us.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry. So we'll do our best. Right.
We promise only to try.
Here we go. And this is right. This is the captor is Scottish, Phoebe. Excellent. What do you want to know? Everything you can tell me. She widened her eyes. Hair colour? Black. Eyes? Fletcher hesitated, then said, "Not sure about the colour, but cold."
Fuck off!
That's a drink.
No, we have no rule for fuck off.
It's the same thing.
Lunch.
Oh, that's so bad. Right. Who describes their own eye colour as cold? I've never seen my own eyes, but I hear they're very chilly this time of year.
They're very seasonally chilly. I've got eyes that are as cold as a winter's day. But maybe a little bit of springtime in there as well.
Indeed, I hear when the leaves fall off the tree a bit. Right. Thank you. Right. I know,
It's not a Glaswegian accent.
It's not a Glaswegian in the slightest. But
Chris!
Sorry.
Please, for the remainder of this, just for my own entertainment,
Yeah.
please engage Mary Hill Bam for this.
Mary Hill Bam.
Mary Hill Bam!
Let's read that again from the start then. What do you want to know? Everything you can tell me. She widened her eyes. Hair colour? black eyes. Fletcher hesitated and said, "Not sure about the colour, but cold. Pure chilly in that."
Somewhere Christopher Brookmeyer is having an aneurysm.
An actual aneurysm.
I just like the idea of men when talking about each other only warmth, the depth of
Absolutely.
men describe each other. Bloke.
Hey, some bastard.
They were black-haired and cold-eyed. How old and handsome or not? Fletcher pursed his lips. "I'd say in his 30s, but exactly where I couldn't guess. As for handsome," Fletcher grinned. "You'd probably think so. Bit rugged for my taste though, you know, and with a blade of a nose." She frowned, not entirely liking the image.
I don't want to call that an unrealistic depiction of man because it is diegetic description rather than authorial description.
Yeah.
So
And
I
also-
don't even count that.
Also, rugged and bladed nose is not that weird.
I've never heard someone described as a blade of a nose.
I've heard people having a sharp nose, so I think it's the same kind of thing.
Fair.
Yeah. Anyway, Fletcher continued, his tone tending teasing. That's some fabulous alliteration. I'd 10 points to the author. I'm happy with the book now. We can stop. That's great. Fletcher continued, his tone tending teasing.
Ooh.
"One thing I do remember. He had a black frown." Sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. That's just, yeah. I mean, I know what a black frown means. Because it's you know, a black mood, you know, a black expression. But it's just the way that it comes across there that's like, he's got a black frown. You just, in a modern context.
Whenever he gets grumpy, he just he gets the boot polish out and gets really racist.
Love it.
It's like he gets very angry and goes full song in the south.
Sorry. He had a black frown. Devilish it was. No the sort of man to get the wrong side of. How tall is he? Big bloke. Large all around. What's the Scottish brawn?
Oh yes.
So he's Scottish. Fletcher hesitated, then shrugged. Like you said, you'll meet him soon enough. We took him for some laird, you know, Lord. Sorry, we took him for some laird. Lord knows they've plenty of those. But where exactly he hailed from, Lowlands or Highlands or anywhere in between, we couldn't say.
Somebody call established titles. We've got an unjustified laird in here.
We do. It's just I love that it goes laird Lord knows as a part of a sentence.
You can turn that into a tongue twister really easily. We're not doing it. We've been drinking.
Indeed,
I think we're 6 shots in.
we are. Yes,
5 or 6.
we're doing okay.
Does anyone keep count?
You were supposed to be.
Yes, but I'm enraptured by the story.
Thank you. Well, that is the end of that section, Ladles and Jelly Spoons. We move on to the next one and the next Phoebe note. Here we go. It reads. Heather ponders on her future. I'll read it ponderingly. Heather absolutely, definitely did not like the implications. She knew that, theoretically, a woman had to be willing to be married over an anvil or any other way, in Scotland or anywhere else in the British Isles. What she didn't know was, in a place like Gretna Green,
I don't like where this is going.
just how agreeable a woman had to be. Did she have to make any statement of agreement? Or could she be drugged or coerced in some way to ensure the deed was done? One thing she did know was that marriages conducted over the anvil at Gretna Green were legal and binding.
Okay, can we stop?
I'm sorry, my brain just went legal tender.
That there is illegal tender! As every Scotsman has ever said whenever they've tried to use a Scottish note in England. I myself have done that.
Just
Here's the thing.
go on.
Is that basically just being like, a woman doesn't have to give her consent to be married in Scotland? That's basically what that paragraph is saying.
What she's saying is she doesn't know if a woman has to consent to be married.
That is still an outright insulting assumption of Scotland.
I mean, it is based on the idea that people used to go and get married in Gretna Green, although they did it because of age, because you could get married younger in Scotland than you could in England.
Yes, they were eloping.
Yes. So, you know.
It is commonly used of an elopement plot within the genre.
Yes.
But
Basically.
it's very much giving. It's a lawless land. Do women have any rights? Has anybody stood up right yet? I don't know.
Does anyone know what a Scotsman does in fact keep under his kilt?
You don't want to know.
Badgers.
Occasionally snacks.
That's
Look, weddings take a long time, okay?
This is true.
But also, outright insulting assumption of Scotland.
Okay.
Look, I am.
Oh. I'm not sure if it's tasting better or not yet. We'll see.
Well, we're halfway down the bottle.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, we're nearly halfway in. We're 50 minutes in.
Oh, see? That's fine.
I'd get moving, you know, into the fun stuff.
Oh, this is very true. We do need to hurry. I apologise.
Well.
Yes. One thing she did know was that marriages conducted over the anvil at Gretna Green were legal and binding. Her parents had been married there.
Fucking! What? I'm sorry. She's just gone.
Yep. Cheers.
Shit. Balls!
Oh, fuck.
Alright, the point I was going Yeah, she knows about this, and also a more historical anvil.
That is a thing that could be done, yes. Married over a thing.
Ooh.
Well, I think it goes with like they did a lot like hand fastening and all. If you ever get married, you will try and be sold all sorts of bullshit.
Sometimes a village can't afford a priest.
Yes, and yeah, it's nonsense. Anyway,
And a blacksmith is usually someone in good standing.
quite right.
We're drinking creme de banane because I wanted something that tasted nice and wouldn't necessarily kill us, because if we were doing this with whiskey, we'd probably be dead by now.
It tastes like foam bananas and pain.
Mostly foam bananas.
Right. Anyway,
It's
shut
largely
up.
meant to be used for cocktails.
Yes. She made no demur when Martha shooed her up the stairs and ushered her into their room. Inside, she'd grown strangely detached. To her mind, the way forward had just become crystal clear. It was obviously time to leave her kidnappers.
Why didn't she think of that before? It's such a simple idea. Remember, kids, if you're ever kidnapped, just fucking leave. Just fucking go.
This is true. I apologise. I'm very proud of her for having the thought.
Well done. She's a fucking pioneer. Fucking pioneer, world class intellect. Someone invent the Nobel Prize and give it to this woman.
Okay. I mean, that'll be the next novel. Anyway.
Well, that one was a Scotsman.
To her mind, the way forward had just become crystal clear. It was obviously time to leave her kidnappers, to cut and run with what she'd already learned. When Breckenridge arrived, she'd tell him she was ready to escape.
I'm ready to go home now, like Mr. Breckenridge. Mr. Breckenridge, I'm ready to go home now.
Can we please?
Fuck off.
It's cold here and they've made me eat porridge.
It's cold and Scottish in here. Can we go home now? Oh, for fuck's sake.
To be fair, you want to escape when you're in Carlisle. Can attest to that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And yeah, you served your time.
I did serve my time. I have the trauma. Anyway, we are now on to our next fabulous Phoebe note.
Woo!
It
Lovely
reads,
topic.
Breckenridge has found her? Question mark?
Aye.
Which is great. I love that.
So our subject matter expert doesn't quite know what the fuck's going on in this story because it's so.
Indeed. Are you ready?
No. But do it anyway.
Sorry. Drew in a breath, steeled herself, ellipsis. That's not a sentence!
No, that's 2/3 of a sentence.
Barely 2/3 of a sentence. It doesn't have a subject.
Drew in a breath, steeled herself, comma, and bleh.
Drew in a breath, steeled herself.
And shat herself. Like, it's just, that's how you would do the sentence. It's a 3-part structure. It's the rule of 3. Get with it.
Sorry. Drew in a breath, steeled herself, recognized the dark head, the height, the profile. There we go.
Okay, that's a fucking 3-lane pilot of a
Her
sentence.
I know, right? Her pent-up breath escaped in a wheeze. Exasperation flooded her.
Not only have I gone to Scotland, I've developed emphysema.
No, it can't be.
Like, if that's the food, not the air.
I was going to say it's because she's not wearing her wellies.
Because without your wellies, where would you be?
You'd be in the hospital or infirmary.
You'd have a dose of the flu, or even pleurisy.
If you didn't have your feet
And
your
your
wellies.
wellies. God bless Billy Connolly.
God bless Billy Connolly. Anyway, her pent-up breath escaped in a wheeze. Exasperation flooded her. For God's sake! Knock!
Hang on, what?
Breckenridge swung to face her, took in the poker as she lowered it and set it down.
Madam, you are a kidnapping victim.
Took in her satchel and cloak. He started to come around the door, started to close it. With both hands, she pushed him back, hissed, "We have to go now!" In typical male fashion, he stopped, rooted to the spot. Why?
She's been fucking kidnapped, you mongoloid! You absolute fucking coal smoker! How the fuck? I was like, oh yeah, what? I'll come and rescue you. Why do we need to go again? What the fuck is your defect, man? What's in the name of Vesuvius's life fucking crater?
Would you like to find?
Yes, tell me all, Nally.
Why? Glanced around as if searching for something to explain her. There's no. Looking back at her, he smiled. The epitome of self-satisfied male. The magistrate wasn't amused. Fletcher and Cobbins will be tied up for at least a few days, possibly more. Yes, and as their accomplice, so will I.
What?
Accomplice?
Hang on.
There's some hotline.
It's okay. Accomplice? He saw the instant it struck him. Transformation from self-satisfied smug, fully alert warrior, no longer than a blink. His face, all sharp angles, not a soft curve in sight. Hazel eyes hard, he glanced around the room. Where's Martha? Heading to London as fast as her legs will take her.
She's walking?
Right. He met her eyes. Just let me get my things. The map, my pistols. Using both hands, she pushed him again. This time, he consented to move. Your room. If anyone downstairs decides to help the police by catching me, this is the first place they'll look. He didn't reply, merely grasped her arm, hauled her out of the room, and shut the door. There's a lot of manhandling of each other in this. Like, nobody can walk on their own. Everybody needs, like, pushed or lifted or hauled somewhere by another person.
They're all chess pieces. And shoved. Pushed along the board.
You are my pawn, and you are my bishop.
Well, we're going to be hearing descriptions of his bishop later, mate.
Hey!
One no, dick joke.
Right. Anyway, and shut the door. Releasing her, he steered her before him down the corridor.
Right, if you'd made a rule that said drink every time there was manhandling, we'd be on another bottle by now.
We actually would be on our third bottle.
Probably, yeah.
Right, past the head of the stairs and onto the other wing. Halting her before the last door, before the narrow servant stairs at the wing's end, he opened the door and urged her inside. Following on her heels, he quietly shut the door. Heather stood to one side, out of his way, as he pulled 2 satchels from the wardrobe and swiftly, remarkably efficiently, packed clothes, then 2 pistols, powder, and shot. Packed more clothes around them, tossed in a brush, stowed a pair of shoes in the second bag, then the rest of his clothes. That's a lot of clothes.
There's a lot of description of packing. That's like some very detailed packing description. That's not in the rules.
Yeah.
That's not in the rules at all.
No, it's not. But I do.
That's a weird. I mean,
I kind of respect it. I'm like,
yeah,
every time I've packed for a holiday, that feels about right.
a little bit.
Just done in like 5 seconds.
I mean, also, you know, if you're gonna carry guns, wrap that in a pair of pants first. You don't want those things rattling around.
This is true. He was buckling the satchel straps when he swore virulently.
Fuck!
Fuck shit, fuck shit, fuck shit, fuck shit, fuck shit.
Fuck shit, fuck shit, fuck.
But that's the end of the paragraph. Next paragraph. She put her hand on the panel to stop him from opening it. Looked up at him. So, we flee on foot? He looked down at her. To begin with, we can hire a carriage or a gig further on. We can look at the map later.
Yeah, we'll go with the Rolling Stones. Sorry, I know that's not what a gig means, but
Yes, fuck up.
I'm sorry. The image of the 2 of them just getting on stage with electric guitars popped into my head. Okay,
This is a very, very period, Jonathan. Very period.
we're gonna escape by becoming roadies.
There we go. We can look further at the. We can look at the map later and see what our options are. But for now, we need to leave. What's wrong with my tongue? We need to leave.
It's got about 7 shots of alcohol over it.
Oh yeah. We'll go out across the fields towards Annan. We'll go as far as we can before dark, then take stock. Annan is lovely. My wife and I once memorably had a great snowball fight at Annandale Services, and it was class. It was about Annandale Water Services. It's lovely. Anyway,
I don't believe I've ever.
it's fine. It's a service station.
I mean, Annan in general, but definitely not at that bloody service station.
No.
I might have done. I once did a 1-man road trip to Cambridge, and a lot of the road in between blurs together.
That is fair. It's a long drive.
Yeah, it was the fact that I then went from Surrey back to Dundee in 1 day.
Wow, bold.
Having a bad day.
That's fair. Right, on to our next station, and our next EB note.
Before we move on, or to describe the gentleman that I don't. All of on the
I mean, to be fair, I was going to say at the point where you use mongoloid and you have an autistic brother, you know, I mean, to be fair, mongoloid was used more to refer to people with Down syndrome,
Yes.
which was generally, you know, it's not good. We do not condone
we
that.
don't.
We do not in any way condone that.
We don't condone.
No.
Because I don't believe I've ever,
Move on.
Yes.
I've ever met a person with Down syndrome who wasn't just an absolute fountain of joy.
This is true. Anyway, so, life on the road isn't ideal.
Yeah, I can't see.
Her feet hurt. Her feet hurt. Not that she was limping,
Halfway there.
but especially once they'd hit the cobble and stone paving of the town, she'd been placing her feet carefully. Of course, she'd said nothing, had complained not at all, but that only made him feel even more whatever it was he felt. And no matter what she'd said, she had to be feeling faint from lack of nourishment. Females couldn't go without food for as long as men, especially females who had no fat to speak of stored about their person. He told himself the concern he felt over her not eating, over not being able to feed her, was simply residual terror that she would fall at his feet in a faint. But he knew very well it wasn't that. Or not
My reaction precisely, Victor.
or not simply that. He'd actually felt torn over which of her ills to attend to first. her feet, or her stomach. That is two very distinct fetishes.
I was gonna say, that's getting some Tarantino shit in here.
You can be into feet or you can be into vor. You can't be into both.
Okay, let's just, because this is the internet, you know that's not true.
No, you could vor the feet. Anyway, feeding her had won out purely because he wanted the little town safety. And Breckenridge's conversational abilities, Heather knew he had them, remained in abeyance.
Are you sure you're not just miswriting the word absence?
No, abeyance, comma, absent. In abeyance, absent. Now, I kind of thought I knew...
abeyance word?
See, I thought I knew vaguely what that word meant, but apparently I don't, which means we have to drink.
Fuck!
Oh!
Yep. I've read this book before.
To be fair, that's the first word we've had to... Well, I'm not going to look it up now, but...
Right.
What did you think it meant?
I mean...
I've never heard that one.
I think in my brain, I think I'd always put it around the kind of area of compliance, abeyance and compliance. I think I'd made synonymous in my head. I'm assuming that's not the case, Phoebe. Fucked if she knows. Cool.
Thanks, Merriam-Webster.
Excellent. We'll next time we'll assign you to be the word looker upper.
Our dictionarian.
Indeed.
I'll just make shit up, man. Like, I don't care.
That's fair.
Yeah, just be our Richard Osman, but far less reliable.
Anyway, but she'd seen behaviour like this before in her brothers and her cousins when they were absorbed with protecting females they, for whatever reason, considered in their care. Why grunts should so predominate feels awkward. Why grunts should so predominate, she had no idea. But if anything, she found his inability to engage his customary glib tongue amusing. There. That's the end of that section, boys and girls. No!
Neither of these people sound like who I'd like to be stuck across a train table from.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no. Oh, man.
I don't want to be... neither of these people sound like pleasant conversation for most of the time. They both just sound... Well, one, very up their asses, but...
I like that he has two modes, which are, haha, you're an asshole, and...
we have sarcastic or librarian.
Indeed, right.
In the Pratchettian sense.
Are we ready for our next Phoebe note? Yay! The two have grown close. The sexy bit. Only read underlined sections. 16 pages.
It is 16 Nobody can maintain 16 pages of eroticism.
Just to clarify, we are currently on page 188 of what is a
300 and a bit?
A 300 and a bit page. 400 and a bit page novel.
Yeah.
So we're not even quite halfway through.
I get the horrible feeling that these 16 pages are going to comprise, if not the last hour, then certainly the last of this bottle.
Oh, yes.
Because, hey, Chris?
Yep. Yeah, you didn't get enough.
I didn't get enough.
While I start, do you want to go downstairs and get the vodka?
Okay, if we're getting vodka...
It's in the freezer.
If we're getting... Is it regular
It's
vodka?
raspberry vodka. But there's
Okay,
also
that's more reasonable.
there is also regular vodka if we get desperate.
That's not what I was looking for. I was going to say, if it's regular vodka, can we switch up the rules slightly and get something to mix it with? Because fuck am I doing regular vodka.
It's shots! It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but still, it's
Alright,
horrible.
go! Piss off!
Get the raspberry.
Able to stand up tomorrow.
Right.
I don't need to stand up tomorrow.
I do.
He does.
I need to be able to drive tomorrow.
I need to be able to drive out of here.
Yeah, it's true. Right. Dreams came even Dreams came even though she remained awake, haunting, tempting thoughts of what it might be like with him, to lie with him, to touch and be touched. As her life stood now, she was never going to lie with any other man. She wasn't going to marry. She was never going to need the virginity she still possessed. was never going to gift it to any man, so what use was it now to her? Was she really going to let the opportunity to be made love to by the ton's foremost rake slip through her fingers? Especially when the alternative was to remain a bitter old virgin to the end of her days. Especially when she knew that he was as attracted to her as she was to him. Attracted in a purely sexual way. They'd never really liked each other, so what else could it be but sheer lust? And she didn't think him so arrogant and insensitive, so distant, hard and ungiving now, not after the last days. The notion of sharing a brief, passionate liaison with him before commencing the rest of her lonely life had serious appeal. Yes?
There's a slight problem if you're around the bottle. Because you do have raspberry vodka.
Yeah, but it's frozen.
Yeah, it's slushy.
Yeah, it'll
You've got
be
a slushy.
Fucking chill.
Also, well, unfortunately, the fucking
It's already chilled.
it's already chilled enough. And also, please tell me you didn't just say petroleum jelly shots.
We're not doing...
I'm not shotting Vaseline. No.
Didn't think him so arrogant and distant, hard and ungiving now after the last day. The notion of sharing a brief, passionate liaison with him before commencing the rest of her lonely life
Brief, it's 16 pages.
held serious appeal. Of course, he'd have to make the first move, and knowing him, he'd make her spell out her wishes, possibly even make her beg.
Oh boy.
Next paragraph. She glared into his eyes. Then she pushed up, slapping one palm to his bearded cheek.
You gotta slap them.
You've got to slap the man.
How else are we supposed to know that you're interested? You gotta smack it right in the face.
Exactly.
If you rattle teeth, you're doing it right.
Bent her head and pressed her lips to his. There was nothing tentative about her kiss. It was full of fiery purpose and determination. Even less uncertain was the response that surged through him, then raging into her. Passion. Unleashed, searing, relentless. For one dizzying moment, it ripped her from the world, cindering her senses and left her reeling.
Cindering?
Yes, cindering.
Sundering.
No, cindering. Spelled with a C-I.
As in the things that are left after a fire?
Yes.
She's aflame with passion.
I think that was the idea, but I think Jonathan
Then
is
why
up.
would you not use the word igniting? It's perfect for that.
Jonathan, yes, I think.
Imagine
Yes, I think what Jonathan is upset by is the fact that, you know, in terms of the
It's shitty word choice.
the literal meaning of what a cinder is being the leftovers from a fire.
Yeah, that's not speaking to. I mean,
I would like to-
maybe it's burning out her senses completely, so she doesn't. In that case, she's not sensing anything. She's not experiencing anything.
I would like to remind everybody that I'm the autistic one in the room. Right.
He's
Anyway.
autistic. I'm just a writer.
Yeah.
Let's not forget after that description. Only thing they've done so far is she slapped him and then kind of tried to kiss him.
Which, by the way,
This is true.
by the way, the definition of mixed signals.
This is true.
Bang! What?
That's Tom Cardy, mixed messages.
It's basically yeah.
Anyway.
Well, there's no kicking dogs out of windows or punching dads in the balls.
This is true. No, they're just slapping.
Just slapping in the face.
Exactly. Good old-fashioned BDSM. It's fine.
This is the romance advice from the Honey Brothers. If you want to kiss somebody, slap them in the face first.
No!
As
Can we just remind everybody which one of you is married?
Me!
I was going to say, doesn't Vary slap you in the face?
Not often!
It's clearly not often enough.
That has been frequently said.
Yep.
Right, anyway. Passion! Passion, my brother. Unleashed. Searing. Relentless. For one dizzying moment, it ripped her from the world, cindered her senses, and left her reeling. Then he reined it in. Ruthlessly, with an ironclad will, he drew the heat and the tempestuous fury back in, until he held both in the palm of his hand. That is distinctly not sexy.
It's supposed to be sexy, isn't it?
I think it is.
Fuck!
The idea that he was like absolutely going for it and then was like,
Nope.
no, this is too much. I'm just gonna be chill now. It's not sexy.
Well, that's how you want to end up with it in the palm of one's hand. Anyway,
Yeah.
the Strovia.
Right. Oh, I'm on to the next bookmark. No, am I? No, I'm not.
No.
I'm
Still
still
on
going.
16 pages.
16 pages. Yes,
This
sorry,
is-
16
This is
pages.
16 pages of hardcore shagging.
Oh,
This
we
is
have
going
some
to
of
go
it.
terribly,
Some of it.
terribly wrong.
Some of it highlighted in
The
red.
last point was you only read out the highlighted point. Got 16 pages to
That's
Yes,
excellent.
which is-
That's fine.
bookmarks, not until
Ages.
work it out, okay.
Excellent.
Good.
No, that's fine.
As we must, just instill upon everybody again, 16 pages of shagging.
And we're currently on page 4, and we're only at his weight kept her pinned, held
Oh,
safe,
finally just got horizontal.
held safely immobile,
That's certainly a phrase.
so she couldn't exert any undue influence.
Only some people are into that.
Would you like some non-con in your day? Here we go.
Would you like some Regency era non-con?
Except that she started it, which is a defense,
Is there-
I suppose.
Is there non-con and corsets? Is that a thing?
That's a novel. That's a
that's-
novel title.
That's a terrible TTRPG system.
Oh God. Anyway, sorry. His weight kept her pinned, held safely immobile, so she couldn't exert any undue influence. Only then did he break from her lips and send his own questing.
Quests! You completed the quest.
I love that you put a question mark next to the next one, Phoebe.
Oh
It's
boy.
whether you want to put that out or
Oh, we have to. We have to.
We have no shame in this house.
Exactly. Sensing her hesitation, knowing its cause, with a mental smile, Breckenridge settled to repeat the long-drawn process of educating her senses as to how much she could feel, how much fascinating sensation he could press on her solely with his lips.
This guy sounds like a twat.
His tongue, his mouth, caressing and sampling her sumptuous breasts.
Something.
There we go.
Now, I do not need to look up the words.
No,
But it's one I've only ever heard in a culinary context.
I don't
And a
know.
very old-fashioned culinary context at that.
To be fair, given that his whole point is basically that him licking her nipples is clearly the most arousing thing that has ever happened to any woman ever,
Here's the thing.
in his finely wrought opinion.
There's nothing wrong with any of the acts being portrayed here. Living Briggs does not refer to ignoring boundaries. Oh god. Oh god. Damn it, Victor, why are you saying the funniest thing that's been on this fucking stream?
Hey, Jonathan. Good measure.
Oh, I wanna finish my... Anyway,
Oh, Jesus.
there's nothing wrong with the acts being performed here, but believing you are the most erotic person that your partner has ever experienced is twat behaviour.
Jonathan,
Yes.
you're not prepared for the next.
Well, give me 2 seconds and I will be.
I would
I
like
said give me 2 seconds.
Where she was about how she's going forever and marry and find anything. This is genuine and she believes only.
Yes.
Yeah.
That doesn't change the fact that the belief that you yourself, as exhibiting to another partner, are the most erotic thing that has ever lived is twat behaviour.
It is, but
Anyway, go off.
the next highlighted
Briggs does not
section.
refer to ignoring boundaries.
The next highlight.
Sounds so fucking funny, Victor.
The next highlighted section is a single sentence,
Oh fuck.
and it goes as follows.
Huh?
Ah, yeah. Tactile.
Yes. That's some Dark City shit right there.
Ah. Tactile abrasion, a useful addition to his sensual.
1, that sounds like he's using sandpaper. 2, armory. male as much as the next weird nerdy guy who enjoys swords. But I don't think anyone...
Oh, right.
We're getting there.
I mean, yes, I have to start on the front. Caressing the sweet globes, then kneading evocatively. He waited until
That's
she
the end
was...
of the bottle, everyone. I'm giving you the smaller shot.
Thank you. Sorry, let's
I want to ignore the globes. No.
Caressing...
Je ne veux pas le monde entier. No. I don't. No.
Caressing the sweet globes.
Fuck.
Then
No.
kneading evocatively.
Have I been making bread wrong?
He waited until she was panting, gasping, close to demanding.
Oh my.
But he had his plans.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
His necessary goals.
That's so utilitarian. Like this, I will admit, this bit I have actually heard before. So I am prepared for this. And the phrase necessary goals. This is the inverse of one of the rules, because that's supposed to be sexy, but it's deeply unsexy.
That's the point.
No,
That's the rule.
The rule is whenever something dramatically unsexy is supposed to. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, that is literally the rule, you dickhead.
I've been drinking.
The kneading, yes. I just, you know what?
Yes, I have been making.
I just kind of accepted the kneading. I'm like, weirdly, the kneading seemed less upsetting to me than so many other things that were in there.
Oh god, that was bad.
I'm just like,
That last shot was really bad.
you just, I mean,
Oh god, that was actually.
I don't know if my wife is in the chat, but do you ever just see sorry, let me, in the words of the author.
This hasn't even melted yet.
If you ever see a pair of sweet globes.
The intro. Sorry, I need to read the latest comment from Victor, who is, I think, fast becoming the star of the goddamn show. You bastard. Me entering a room while carrying only half of a plate armor. Now witness the power of this fully operational battle station. You do need to go to sleep. Have you slept in the last 72 hours, Victor?
Sleep is for the weak. Anyway.
Come on, man. You gotta look after yourself. Okay, maybe it's not an appropriate answer to that question.
Jonathan, but
it's not melted yet. We went through the last bottle so quickly. This is still largely slush.
Well, pour some slush into a glass. I refuse.
Right.
Jonathan, pour me a shot of slush.
Asked for it.
Oh, it's going to be good. But yes, I just wanted to point out that when a man sees a pair of sweet globes, he can't help but need them evocatively. But
all these globes that you're expecting, I would check the surroundings.
These are not the sweet globes you're looking for. Is he just standing there fondling a pair of billiard balls?
No, it's better than that.
Is it his own?
This isn't highlighted, but I just want to... He sent her skating down the svelte plains of her naked back, slipping under the barely there chemise, down to the curve of her derriere. Now, in fairness...
I just heard a sound as if all of France cried out in a simultaneous exclamation of, oh, fuck off.
I would like to say that actually, in fairness, you know, like, a butt massage is great. Right? People carry a lot of tension in their glutes. This is a true thing. People carry a lot of tension in their glutes.
Yeah, if you have been on your feet all day, it can be a goddamn lifesaver.
Yeah, absolutely. So butt massage is great. But it's not sexy.
No, it is not.
Butt massage is not in any way sexy.
One of those things where you have to lie on your face and be like, I would just like to relax and then sleep, please. Thank you for sleep.
Exactly. Phoebe, I take it you weren't prepared for a treatise on butt massages.
Oddly.
Who is, brother? Who is prepared for a treatise?
I am always prepared for a treatise on butt
Yes, but only to
massages.
deliver them.
No, I am prepared to be lectured on them as well because I wish to improve in my technique.
Well, unfortunately, there are no experts in the room.
This is true. Well, let's move on.
Unless everybody gets it. Unless a whole bunch of people get real cool about a bunch of real stuff real fast.
Be a really strange massage circle, in fairness.
Oh, God. Well, you don't have to be lying down.
This is true. You can't all be lying down. It's difficult, doing that. You've got to have a lot of core strength to maintain that posture. Anyway.
That just causes more tension.
He kept her there, on the cusp of some cataclysmic revelation, sipping and tasting, even as the heated tension within her built, even as it coalesced into a solid knot at her core, until she was writhing beneath his arm, all but fighting him. But for what, she didn't know. I like to think that still comes from just the butt massage.
I like the idea that she's lying there. I don't know, like, in this context, because I'm assuming just she has no knowledge of any of this because, repression. She's lying there just going, I don't know if I'm going to have the best time ever or if I'm going to fucking die. She's just lying there going, oh God, I think I might actually be having a heart attack.
Well, as a side note,
Timothy, help me!
because of all of the things that have happened in my life, I have
Here we go.
I have a friend who wrote an act. I have a very wonderful friend who wrote a book. She is a published author on the subject of hysteria. And apparently, one of the things that they used to occasionally prescribe for hysteria was orgasms.
I mean, fair.
You know what'll make you feel better? Just squirting in the other room. That'll help.
Look, if you're freaking out, just go and have a wank, okay?
Rub one out on the balcony, darling. You feel much better. And because these were always prescribed by men, it would be said exactly like that.
There's a can of bees in... Oh, you can use them. Because I don't know if this is true or not. It probably isn't. Apparently Cleopatra invented the first vibrator.
With a jar of bees.
With a jar of bees! Huh?
Isn't true.
It isn't true? Fuck, I want that to be
That
true,
is
though.
tragic.
That's fucking hilarious.
It's so tragic.
We're just like Cleopatra going... Because the Egyptians did use the first condoms.
Well, that's good to
They
know.
were made of linen, apparently.
Very sensible.
Doesn't sound comfortable.
No.
No, it isn't.
Did you just say no, it isn't, as if you have personal experience?
Oh.
That sounds like denial to me, folks.
That denial is in fact a river in Egypt.
Apparently full of linen condoms. Oh God. I think we've killed him. I think he's fucking died. Said every Egyptian wearing a linen condom.
Sorry, the next section, also with a question mark.
Appropriate reaction, Badger.
Yes. He pushed her thighs wider, pressed nearer, and slid his tongue past her channel.
Oh, chicken. Oh, wow. Also, just for this context, Chris, can you just pass me the feed notes?
Yes.
So I just want to point out, you seem to have torn this from a bookmark from a medical journal called Speculum. A Journal of Medieval Studies. It's still called Speculum.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's...
Well, he's fucking examining right now, isn't he?
Examining something, and also never go to the gynecologist with that kind of attitude. Oh God.
Desperate and eager and yearning, frantically reaching for back from the... worked his fingers sheath, stretching her,
Oh God
readying
damn
her.
it, Rome. Yeah, because hey, fun fact about the word vagina comes from a Latin word meaning sword sheath, because the Romans fucking sucked sometimes.
Oh, apparently they sucked vaginas.
Apparently. I am assuming the word penis has very similar. It's been a long time since I. Just hornier than anyone ever could imagine.
Oh, it's so horny.
It's so horny. Like,
so horny.
read Catullus and read the Aeneid. Okay, there's way more shagging than you'd expect.
The Aeneid not just full of the gays.
I don't know. No, the Aeneid has a lot. Is very straight. The Aeneid is Aeneas and Dido.
Oh yes,
that's the bit I'm thinking of. That's probably a fair amount of gay in it. Well, to be fair, it was Roman rather than Greek.
This is true. The Greeks
were bigger
on
on the gay.
There was a lot of bumming in the Greeks.
That was it. It was part of a young boy's education to just be rigorously buggered by his master.
Quite so. Quite so.
Stay classy, Grace. So hey, if anyone ever quotes Aristotle or Plato or whatever, then you can simply just come back with, yeah, but he buggered his students.
He'd just be like, done a lot of bumming in, didn't he?
It's like, I don't care how jacked Plato was, he buggered his students.
Anyway.
maybe we move to the end of the 16 pages, because again, we've only got another half an hour and a lot of dodgy Scottish.
Yes, let's get on to the dodgy Scottish, because I think we'd rather reach the climax of this, comedically.
Well, I mean, and to be fair,
Because she hasn't.
Let me read then the last part of this bit, because yes, it's,
Oh boy.
thank you.
Oh, fuck off!
No.
The words were a sigh, the softest of feminine exhalations. That was thrilling and so very fine. He nearly humphed.
He just did quite a lot of humping.
Fine. The intensity has damn near killed him.
So I was gonna say, if anybody says that to me after sex, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go to the kitchen and make tea for a minute.
The intensity had damn near killed him, and she labelled the moment fine.
A bit demeaning.
I fucking love that. That's
Never describe, for either gender, or any gender, or whatever it is you're doing, never describe your sexual partner as fine, even if you put like 6 eyes in there. Fine. Fine. It's gonna get misconstrued, and somebody's gonna have a problem, or at least very much a complex.
I do really like the idea that like you've just had like this mad, passionate 16 pages of incredible sex, apparently.
And she just goes, "Cheers, love."
With vast.
Yes.
I
don't know if Phoebe's frozen or.
Oh, Phoebe had frozen
Okay,
with
Phoebe
her hand
frozen.
up.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh,
Right.
excellent. That's
The
good.
Skype froze for a second. It looked like you had your hand up.
Anyway,
It's like, this isn't a class. We're not teaching anybody shit.
but we are on to the next Phoebe note.
Hey!
They continue their journey to her cousin Richard, his wife. I realised there was a weird pause in there. The sentence not Richard and Katrina's house.
That's an irrelevant wondering that's not actually very funny.
That gave him pause and another question. Katrina? Who exactly is she?
Well, clearly Richard's wife's.
Heather's lips were distinctly curved. Because that means...
Sitting there and be like... Just a big fucking smile. Jesus, woman.
She's the lady. The lady of the veil. She's... Well, I suppose those who don't understand her would call her a witch.
Drink.
She briefly met his eyes. Oh yeah, there's a witch.
Drink whenever Scotland is magical or mystical.
Oh yeah.
Slange.
Oh, those two don't combine well.
Oh, that's bad.
They don't
Oh
combine
god, that's
well.
so much. Oh god, that's so much worse.
Excellent.
Oh, I want to chase him.
Would call her a witch. Briefly met his eyes. A
That's
very...
the raspberry tall.
It's because the raspberry
Fucking
froze.
froze it, you bastard!
Best way to keep it.
That's without flavor vodka. You can't fridge this.
It's because it's shite vodka. I don't
I
drink.
knew it's shit vodka. I just drank it.
I don't drink good vodka. Just to clarify.
You don't drink good anything, mate.
No, I drink good cider. Anyway.
I should just put my fucking...
But we can't. You can't shots.
You can't shot cider.
Anyway, I suppose those who don't understand her would call her a witch. He briefly met his eyes. A very powerful witch.
Oh, fuck off, you Morrigan little shit.
Those who don't understand. What do they say of her? Well, that she's the lady, and she keeps the Vale, and all its inhabitants safe and prosperous. We're not inhabitants. I'm family, and you're protecting me. Believe me, that puts us under her wing.
And I believe you did just inhabit her.
Fuck off.
I refuse to rise above the level of this book. Okay, I refuse to bring my humor to a level beyond the shit we're listening to. Okay. Okay, I've just had some random Scottish lady described as a witch. Because it's not like we were pretty fucking down on those for, the entire time.
Well, mostly just the
Catholic. The Catholics did a lot of things.
Well, then the Protestants. No, the Protestants as well.
Protestants
There we
were
go.
very down on
That's
witches.
the bit that unites them all.
We all fucking hate witches.
Right, anyway.
But always remember, if you're going to burn a witch, check if she has 50 pounds of gunpowder and 30 pounds of roofing nails under her skirt.
This is very true. The shrapnel witch was a well-known weapon of war.
It's good omens. It's the burning of Agnes Nutter.
I had forgotten about that. Oh my
Yeah.
god. It's so long since I've read that.
To be fair, I did watch
Is it good?
the series. I watched the series.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Fair.
I think you did a better Crowley though.
Yay!
As much as I loved David Tennant's Crowley, Chris did it better.
I was in the original stage adaptation of Good Omens.
The only stage adaptation of Good Omens.
The only legal stage adaptation of Good Omens.
And I think I prefer your Crowley because also they cut the line that was on the pamphlets with you. The line that says "Heaven has no taste."
That's a good.
Cut the end of that line. Yeah, the beginning of it, they cut the end of it. And you played Crowley a lot more Cockney than
I did.
Tennant did.
The director's vision for Crowley was quite punk rock, which was good fun.
Which makes sense. But in the show, it focuses a lot more on Crowley and Aziraphale's relationship.
They do be
it's
very gay for
It
each
is
other.
wonderfully. I'll lend you the DVDs.
Okay.
It is wonderfully gay.
That's fair.
And Michael Sheen plays Aziraphale wonderfully.
I mean, I imagine Michael Sheen would be a delightful.
So I'm sorry, Zuzu, if you can see this.
Yeah,
Michael Sheen did better.
Anyway, right. That's some honey lore there, right there. Anyway,
We have pasts.
I'm family and you're protecting me. Believe me, that puts us under her wing. He pulled a face and didn't argue, but he'd be damned if he dropped his guard before a witch. Sorry, he dropped his guard because of a witch who might or might not be sitting 2 miles ahead, and who might or might not be watching.
Okay, for real, if you think you're meeting an actual witch, don't fuck with them.
Let alone be of a mind to assist.
You'll lose.
This is true.
Don't
Right.
fuck with witches, they usually know more than you do.
And Phoebe writes, but the villain follows
Dun dun dun!
and asks for directions.
Oh, fucking!
Oh yeah.
Sweet fucking Caroline.
Nothing more villainous than asking for directions.
Excuse me, peasant! Do you know the way to the corner shop?
Hang on,
for
Jay. An old codger seated on a stool along the bar nodded. Okay, that'd be the Vale.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
Have you ever met a Scotsman who talks like that?
Not genuinely, no.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a drink. That's a drink. Yay! Shotting bad vodka! Ah,
So again,
what are you saying, sorry, Phoebe? Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. It's real bad.
Oh,
So
yeah.
here's the thing, Chris. You and I have been Scotsmen for a collective...
All of our
54
lives.
years. Between us, a collective 54 years.
Possibly. How old are you again?
I don't know, sometime. I have an age somewhere.
We both aged at some point.
It happens.
So I'm told.
Have you ever in your life heard someone use the phrase "och aye" seriously outside of a Caelan?
No. Everyone says it facetiously.
I have heard it facetiously many, many times. It's one of the things that you even actually when you and I are doing a bit, it's usually oh aye.
But I think it's
Och aye. I have heard occasionally in the context of people screaming at a Caelan, and very rarely.
it was the kind of thing that turned up in Dad's Army. That very English portrayal of
A
Scotland.
very English portrayal that contained one Scotsman.
Indeed.
And he was a very token Scotsman.
But he did also appear in the 39 Steps as a token Scotsman in the bit
true.
in Scotland.
We did.
We did love Private Fraser.
Because
Indeed. We're all doomed. Fucking club. Anyway, okay, that'd be the veil. Veil.
Also, what veil?
The veil of which the lady is a lady of, presumably.
Only time I've ever heard an alien described. Fucking Game of Thrones.
This is true.
I'm assuming it's VALE.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
So,
no.
yeah.
Yes. The old man exchanged a glance with the barkeep, then shrugged.
You've missed a huge amount, and there's an empty bottle of creme de banane here, and we've had 2 shots of the vodka as well.
We're now on the bad vodka from my freezer.
Really bad vodka from your... You're just doing this as an excuse to get rid of the fucking vodka, aren't you?
Maybe.
You bastard! You bastard!
Anyway,
You
the
don't
old
wanna
man
watch this one back.
the old man exchanged a glance with the barkeep, then shrugged. Will a Gaspairn it be, owned by the lady and her husband, Mr. Sinster? Good man. Comes in here now and again. He nodded easily and let the subject drop, asking instead about the state of the roads to Ayr. Now that he intended to go that way, they didn't need to know that.
I'm just having a...
He remained...
No, I left the second bottle behind intentionally.
Which was a mistake.
No, I left that behind because that's the better stuff, but also I wanted to actually have that for myself.
Yeah, still a mistake.
Still a mistake because now I'm drinking shitty vodka.
Well, after this, you're on to the next bottle of vodka, which
is regular vodka, which might as well be the same thing.
It's true, but it's Sainsbury's own brand vodka from the 1950s.
Bottle of Bombay Sapphire as well.
We can't touch that, that's fairy. Shit! You want to go get the next bottle of vodka?
No, because there's still some left in this.
Not a lot.
Oh, that's 2 shots.
Okay.
2 shots, we've got 15 minutes.
You're bold.
I'm dying.
Go on.
He remained at the bar,
Sweating like a
slowly
priest.
sipping his ale, feeling relief, now complete, slide through him. He'd studied the Sinsters enough to have stumbled across...
Sliding through
Shut
people in this game.
up! He'd studied the Sinsters enough to have stumbled across the information that Richard Sinster had married some lowland witch who it seemed owned the Vale of Caspairn. Little wonder why Heather Sinster and her protector had headed down the Vale's drive. And that meant they were now safe, back in the bosom of the Sinster clan. That's so weird.
It's so... Oh, that...
It don't feel right, does it?
Yeah.
Next Phoebe note!
Yay!
Meeting Heather's family.
Oh, good. This entire series is about the Sinster family, isn't it?
So say the thing you were going to say, Phoebe.
I think maybe we can skip this one.
You want to skip this one?
Go to the give her a gift section, because I think that will be funny.
Okay, this
Okay,
is quite a long section, in fairness.
because gold, yeah.
Right. So
Yeah, 'cause
next-
this entire series, which honestly, after reading this, I kind of think that anyone who's watching this should pick up at least starting because man, this seems like a fucking roller coaster.
Right. So that presumably is is that the next? It should say in the notes. The next note that I have is Heather turns to Calronia for some advice. Oh, Katrina. Heather turns to Katrina for some advice. Is that
We're
what you're
drunk
after?
and you wrote in cursive. Oh fuck, then we're just drunk.
Hmm?
I think it's a section after that.
The section after that. Okay.
In that case, we're just drunk.
In context, she asks for advice and aura.
Reads her aura. That's fair.
Spooky.
Katrina gives Heather a gift. Here we are.
There you are.
Hey. Oh, my neck.
Get out.
I know. Wait! Katrina checked her mortar, then set it aside. Finally, that's done. Faintly puzzled light in her green eyes, she looked at Heather.
She's got green eyes.
Then she shook her head. For some
He's a
reason...
redhead as well.
Oh, of course she fucking is.
For some reason, I'm supposed to give you this. Reaching into her apron pocket, she drew out a chain. Fine gold links interspersed with small, round, purple beads, with a pink stone pendant, a crystal of half a finger's length. Walking around the table, Katrina raised the chain. Reaching Heather, she slipped it over Heather's head. Catching the hexagonally cut crystal, Heather studied it. There's something written on it, etched onto the sides. The language is so old, not even Algaria knows what it is. Heather glanced up. It's old? Katrina nodded. My mother's. And hers before that. I used to wear it before I married Richard. Reaching inside the neckline of her gown, she drew out the pendant Shut up.
I didn't say shit, man.
The pendant depending from the... What? The pendant depending from the chain she wore.
That's not what that fucking word means.
Apparently it is.
That's not what that fucking word
The
means.
pendant depending from the chain she wore.
Depending on what?
Apparently, a similar delicate gold chain was interspersed with pink beads and the pendant was purple.
Well, that was that question.
The depending pendant was purple. The purple depending pendant.
So, sir, do you have any dependents? Yes, just a dependent pendant.
A dependent pendant that's purple.
A dependent purple pendant.
A dependent...
A dependent purple pendant. We're going to get worse. I blame the vodka.
But then Richard gave me this one. His mother. Older still. Not an accent. He pointed to the purple crystal. This is amethyst, which invokes intelligence. Robin, fuck off.
No.
Do it again.
Okay, fine.
Oh. Dropping the pendant. I know. Dropping the pendant back between her breasts, she pointed to the pink pendant on the chain.
Oh my god, pink and a purple pendant! Pink and purple depending pendants!
The pink pendant is not a dependent pendant, that's the
pink
purple
pendant.
pendant.
The pink pendant is not a dependent pendant, but the purple pendant is a purposely dependent pendant. Fuck all of you!
I thought you'd find funny.
Whose stupid fucking idea was this?
Apparently it's rose quartz.
Oh Christ.
Oh, Jesus. Which resonates with love.
Does it resonate with alcoholism?
Chin fucking
It does now!
Chin down, examining the necklace, Heather fingered the small...
Always ask for consent before fingering your pendants.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Also, that's the vodka.
Yeah, you should go get the next one.
I'm gonna go get the next bottle. We have been through, just for anyone who is joining us late, we have been through an entire bottle of creme de banana liqueur and the ends of a bottle of fucking shitty raspberry vodka. Why do you drink this stuff?
Because it's nice with lemonade.
Try and get some.
It's very hard to get the pear vodka, to be
That's
fair.
why I started making my own.
Please bring me pear vodka.
I should have. Yeah, fuck it. I should have just brought my Werther's original rum for this.
Oh, not rum, please.
Rum's good. Shut your hole.
Anyway.
I'm gonna get more vodka.
Fuck off and get more vodka. Jesus. Right, where were we? Chin down, examining the necklace, Heather fingered the small purple beads. And these are amethyst too? Yes. The construction you have signifies a melding of love and intelligence, with love the principal force. It's an appropriate charm for a young lady seeking to look into her hero's heart. But thank you, but it must be valuable. Heather looked up. Are you sure? Yes. Katrina smiled. Courtesy of the lady. I know my passing it to you is right. You're supposed to wear it until you've found and secured your hero. Then pass it to Eliza, then Angelica. Katrina paused, then her brows rose. And apparently it then goes to Henrietta and finally Mary before coming back here to Lucilla? Lucia? Lucia? Couldn't tell you.
Lucilla, right now.
Lucilla. Coming back here to Lucilla. She opened her eyes wide. It seems the lady has quite a few destinies already in mind.
Quite handy that this vision kind of comes out of nowhere, that she's got it sort of carefully planned.
I know, I was going to say,
Specific.
not that in any way it feels like sequel bait.
I bring the
No.
still frosty remains of the Sainsbury's own brand vodka
From the 1950s.
from the 1950s.
Found in our grandfather's alcohol cupboard.
Wait, shit, that's where you got this?
Yeah. This is Colin's vodka. I know, I kept it. I love the bottle. I'm going to keep the bottle regardless. I love it so much.
This is Renault. Father.
Tonight we drink our dead grandfather.
Is it? Dude!
No!
Well, to be fair, I did take a bottle of whiskey from his house.
This is
Because I got the bottle of Jura.
You did, yes. Not the good shit.
Yeah, because I called dibs. Look, it was either me or Jules who was going to take it, okay? It was
This is
either me or
very,
Julian.
very true. This is very, very true.
And I
Right.
just went, hey Julian, I'm having.
Oh, there's a shot in there currently.
Yes, that's the last of the
The shite
raspberry
vodka. Excellent.
No.
Next.
No, I don't expect that to be. As much as our grandfather was a man of taste and a very discerning gentleman, he's a lovely guy. I don't expect that shit to be good.
No, he never drank it.
He didn't drink very much.
And it was an unopened bottle of
And if he-
1950s Sainsbury's vodka.
It was
On
unopened
brand.
when you started it. It's fucking a third of it gone.
Yeah, it's good. Anyway,
Making the Moscow Mules.
for the next Phoebe note,
Hey.
it reads, the necklace seems to have worked. Skip this one. Fuck this one. Okay.
I'm sorry. No, quick.
We're just
We're back to sex.
While he's doing that, how did the necklace work?
Sex.
Shagging. Okay, cool.
Anyway,
It's a +3 necklace of shagging.
it is a +3 necklace of shagging.
That's the next thing on our homebrew D&D streams.
Yes. In order. Nothing to do with the sequels at all.
Absolutely.
Right. Next Phoebe note. Breckenridge tries to do the right thing and propose.
You fucking what, cunt?
Very exciting.
has to.
He has. I mean,
Regency, don't forget.
he's shagged her multiple times at this point.
I'm sorry. Is this a?
She's
is
an
this the Regency idea of you break it, you buy it?
Yes.
Oh Christ!
Love the idea of being.
I know, right? Oh Jesus! Right. What's the? Because we're now that far into the stream, what's the name of the thing the hymen? There you go. You break the hymen, you buy the woman.
That's not true in the fucking slightest.
But that's how this novel works.
Apparently so.
Break the hymen, buy the woman.
That's so deeply medically inaccurate.
I know. I'm a
Disclaimer: the Brothers Honey are not medical advisors, legal advisors, or financial advisors in any way, shape, or form. We are just twats.
disclaimer. My degree is in musical theatre.
And mine is in video game design. Okay, there's a reason why only one of us is married.
And this is the one, spouting this book's version of anatomy. It's not mine.
Oh boy.
Anyway. So, you see, you may leave with a clear conscience. She paused, waiting. But he said nothing. Drawing in a tight breath, forced herself to continue. There's no reason for you to stay longer. There's nothing to keep you here. Silence fell. Breckenridge felt chilled to his marrow, frozen and numb. Sightless, deaf. All that he was, transfixed by the revelation that, if she had to marry, he'd rather marry any man but him.
I mean...
And that's what she just told him. In words! Impossible to misconstrue.
I mean, it's one of those things where, like, you think you're going to marry somebody and they're like... You think, it's like, you have nothing keeping you here. Why are you still here? Honestly, there's a little part of me that'd be like, fuck man, you're right. I'll see you later.
The knife slid deeper.
Jesus Christ. Enough sliding!
The knife slid deeper. And
What the fuck is this, an ice rink?
the knife slid deeper and twisted. The pain of it nearly brought him to his knees. Breathing in, God, had he ever known such pain. By main force gathered the shredded remnants of his heart, of his pride. Clinging to the latter, he forced himself to stop thinking. To stop dwelling on what he'd thought, on what he'd hoped and had barely dared dream. He should be accustomed to women using him, engaging with him for fleeting pleasure without any true feeling involved.
We have a manhole.
She hadn't treated him any worse than countless others before her. He couldn't fault her for that. This is so dumb.
Okay, one, you absolutely can fault her for that. That's such sexist bullshit. That's such sexist bullshit. This boy needs to grow some self-esteem.
This is true. It's some shitey ass behaviour.
And two, apparently, yes, the author has decided that slid is the sexiest verb because
The sexiest verb. But
who hurt you?
But
According to this guy, half a dozen women who've shagged him and be like, "See you, chief."
But that just means he can't count up to 6.
He's clearly had plenty of sex.
Sorry, we're on to the next Phoebe note. Woo! It reads.
We're approaching the end of the stream. Thank fuck.
It leads. Later, they go out for their cousin's kids.
Well, this promises to be sexy.
It's the second last note.
Okay,
It's actually the third last note.
This is.
Okay.
Make me want to die.
She shrieked. Arms wildly flailing, she toppled back off the rail. Heard Breckenridge shout her name as she went down. Oof! She landed in a heap on a cushion of green. The ground beyond the fence was slightly lower than the track. Dragging in a breath, she blew hair from her face. An instant's thought confirmed she hadn't broken any bones. The grass by the fence, less climbed by the animals, had been sufficiently thick to save her. She was shaken and winded, but not much else. She struggled up onto her elbows and saw 2 pale, horrified faces staring through the slats.
Ghosts.
She managed a wobbly smile. "I'm not hurt." The ground reverberated as Breckenridge raced up. Gathering her skirts, she got her feet under her, raised her voice and said, "I'm all right." Straightening, she glanced up. She glanced again at the twins' faces. They weren't looking at her.
Oh, bold.
They were transfixed by something behind her and looking increasingly terrified. Nerves suddenly jumping, senses prickling, she slowly turned and looked across the paddock at the massive, shaggy-coated Highland bull that, head ominously lowered, huge, sharp horns pointed her way, evil yellow eyes fixed balefully on her, was pawing the ground 20 paces away.
Let's end it there.
I was going to
You
say...
know what? Let's end it there. She is murdered by a bull. She is trampled to death by a bull, and it ends there.
To be fair, she's specifically murdered by a Highland cow.
She's murdered by a Highland coo, a big shaggy beast.
Which
Breckenridge goes on to get shagged multiple times and
by the coo.
By the cow, who leaves him for some other woman. Because you know what? Clearly the cow is just using him.
But like, Highland coos are famously well-tempered.
Yeah, they're really docile beasts.
Yeah.
Like, don't go up and, like, scratch on my ears, but still. Unexpected animal?
Hey!
Fuck!
2 drinks! Next! Ah!
No!
Fuck my life!
No, I wanna, no, let that be the canonical ending.
No, that's 2 drinks! Fucking, I'm keeping going. Put the next one in.
2 drinks? Why?
Because it's an unexpected animal which is 2 shots. I remember when you read those rules.
Phoebe.
Yes!
Phoebe. Damn you to the pits of Tartarus! You bastard!
Right.
Oh, this is good. Hey, Colin, looking down on us, is this really what you expected your grandchildren to be
Shut
doing?
the fuck up! Invoking our grandfather, you prick.
It's his vodka!
It's my vodka now, bitch.
Well, it's only his fault.
The monstrosity snorted violently. Even as she registered the bunching of the bull's muscles, Breckenridge vaulted the fence and landed beside her. He grabbed her, hoisted her, and swung her over the top of the fence.
No, don't move quickly around a bull! That's like lesson 1 of bullcraft! Don't move quickly around a bull, it'll fucking kill you! Okay, it's bigger, angrier, and faster than you. Don't move quickly around a bull. If it's got its fucking head lowered, you just fucking, you die.
What's the name of the city in Spain where they have the bull
Pamplona.
chases? Pamplona.
Okay, no, it's
Clearly-
Pamplona. You fucking run.
Yeah, clearly never been to Pamplona. Anyway.
Chris.
Quickly.
Chris.
Yes? Quickly.
Chris.
Yes?
You're the one who reminded me of it.
The vodka is better, but not by much. Oh, that burns! That's a great laugh.
Take back what I said. Thanks, old man. Yeah, vodka.
Phoebe, I'm delighted to learn that you are exactly the gremlin that...
Not the creme that we deserve, but the creme that we need.
Indeed. Anyway, he grabbed her, hoisted her, and swung her over the top of the fence.
So he is just full on fucking just yeeted her up. Like, she has gone from prone on the ground.
She has been yoked.
To Breckenridge going, away!
Caper toss.
Quite literally, yeah.
Timothy!
Sorry, she has gone from prone to Timmy! Throwing her like a sack of shit over the fence in the middle of a bullfight.
Oh, Timothy.
Oh, Timothy!
She stumbled as he released her, but immediately whirled. Bull had started his charge. The furious thuds of his heavy hooves racing toward the fence shook the ground. Breckenridge on arm. She seized his sleeve with both hands and hauled. Hurry! Hurry! He rose one rung. The bull struck. The fence rocked, shuddered, bowed. Breckenridge gasped, his eyes going wide, blind with pain. Her gaze on his... Heather lost her breath. She glanced down and saw a blood-tipped horn protruding through the slats.
Has he just been murdered by a toffee cow?
Yes. Yes, she has. Oh no.
Only appropriate response here is steak.
With a hideous snort, The bull yanked and pulled back. Breckenridge's eyes closed. He started to slump. No! The bull was circling, climbing halfway up the fence. Heather grabbed the back. I know, there was a full stop in the middle of there. The bull was circling, full stop, climbing halfway up the fence. Heather grabbed the back of Breckenridge's jacket, yanked desperately. Come on! You have to get over!
You have to just get over it. You got gored like 2 minutes ago. Get over it, man.
Fuck's sake!
No!
With an horrendous effort, he gathered himself. His muscles were quivering as he managed to climb up another rung.
Of course, before.
Hauling, tugging. Heather looked. No, it's not the time for tugging. Sorry.
Hey, he's about to die. Might as well set him up happy.
Does feel like that kind of novel, doesn't it?
A little bit.
Hauling, tugging. Heather looked up at the twins.
Oh yeah, there's like 2 children here who have watched their second cousin fall into a bull enclosure, be thrown bodily out, and then watched said second cousin's paramour be fucking murdered by about a ton of beefsteak.
But in fairness, what they noticed the most was that he can't climb for shit.
Yeah, he can't climb for. Yeah, guy's got arms like a fucking champion to throw an entire, admittedly described as skinny ass woman over a fucking fence. That's throwing an entire human being. Like,
Yeah.
You're a dancer.
Yes.
You've done dance throws
Yes.
before. How hard is that even with someone who is small?
It is difficult. It requires
Yes.
lots of training.
Exactly. How hard would it be to do with somebody who's not exactly wearing the most aerodynamic of dresses?
And who presumably isn't helping you.
And probably presumably isn't helping you.
Very difficult.
That shit ain't easy.
And the
And
person-
then he can't fucking climb?
He climbs one rung at a time up the fence.
Get the words side in chat. I'm going to find you.
Oh, I'm so happy. Anyway. Oh my god, no. It gets better, everyone.
Oh, does it?
It gets better.
Why did I come up?
Right. Hauling, tugging, Heather looked up at the twins, standing with eyes wide and mouths open. Help me!
It's a shame they haven't invented therapy yet.
Marcus broke through the shock first. He came rushing up, climbing the fence on Breckenridge's other side, grabbing and hauled too. Then Lucilla was there, but rather than try to assist directly, yes, I know, we're all upset by Lucilla, directly, she climbed up further down the fence, pointed an imperious finger at the bull, and started singing a strange little ditty.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Cheers!
This is magical.
Yes!
This is Scottish. This is Scots being magical. That's some druid shit right there.
Ah! Fuck! Singing a strange little ditty. Heather
Ah! If that's not what cast to speak with animals looks like, I don't know what it is.
Heather glanced at the bull.
Remember, kids. Remember, always level your kids a little bit in druid.
Yup. Heather glanced at the bull. With immense relief, saw the beast watching Lucilla, distracted and no longer about to charge. Thank God. Oh, the lady.
Oh, fuck off.
That was a drink, wasn't it?
No.
Okay.
No drink for oh, fuck off.
Breckenridge was...
Otherwise we would just be chugging.
True. Breckenridge was rapidly losing strength. Even with Marcus's and her help, he'd only managed to reach the second rung down from the top of the fence.
Mate, I know you've just been fucking stabbed, but Jesus, get a fucking move on.
Most fences are like 5 rungs max by the
And that's
way.
like absolute max. Most are 3.
Yeah, a lot of them are 3 or 4. Like 5 is a...
And they did say that the ground is only a little lower.
Yes.
Like I've legged it out of a number of fields in my time.
Most of the time, you vault a fence.
Yeah, you vault a fence. You don't climb a fucking fence.
Jesus.
Unless the fence is made of chicken wire.
Yes.
In which case, no, there's usually something unpleasant at the top.
Exactly. Like chickens.
Like occasionally, like chickens, and occasionally razor wire, or the odd very disgruntled farmer.
This is true. With a gun.
Don't ask how I know that.
Breckenridge was rapidly losing strength. Even with Marcus's and her help, he'd only managed to reach the second rung down from the top of the fence. Then, he sagged.
And he's only sagging now.
Yep, and tipped over it. Over the fence, yeah.
So
he's gone to the second rung because he's clearly climbing like that. You know, like a choo-choo train, like an arsehole. Climbing the fence, up to the top, and he goes, and boom!
Just like again, I just want to reiterate: this bodily thrown an entire woman.
Yep.
Over this fence.
In all of her skirts.
In all of her skirted glory. Either this fence is not very tall, or this man is built like a fucking mountain.
He's built like a Dorito.
Yes.
All strength in his arms.
This is a fuck all in his
legs.
triangular man.
This is a man who has never walked a day in his life.
He has been skipping leg day the entire time.
But he will bench like carriages.
Okay? Apparently so. It's depends again, if you were throwing something big, like, I don't know, the size of a human.
Yeah.
A lot of that power's coming out your legs.
Normally, but he doesn't have any legs to speak of.
Yes, this is a man with like 2 little chicken tenders as legs and is just built like fucking Hercules up top.
But that's apparently what women want, according to Stephanie Lawrence.
And a lot of the internet.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah. Anyway, where the fuck was I?
He sagged.
He sagged.
I'm sorry, what?
Anyway, he sagged. Then he sagged and tipped over it. It being the fence.
It's only like 2 rungs high.
I know. She flung her arms around him. With Marcus battled in... What? She flung her arms around him, comma. With Marcus battled to slow his descent, comma. Then he was lying in a sprawl on the thinly grassed track.
Yeah,
and she finally saw the jagged wound on his right side. Oh, God!
I think this is appropriate time for you to use the word fuck. I would use the word fuck right about now.
Wrong period.
Still! No, the word fuck is very old.
Blood was pouring from the gaping taint. Falling to her knees, she slapped. She slapped her hands over the gash. All this woman knows to do is slap this man.
Fuck's sake! Do not slap anybody's gash.
Well-
Okay?
Whether horny or unhappy, slap your man.
Okay.
Whether you want to shag them or they're bleeding to death.
Okay.
The appropriate response is to slap them.
I think this is genuinely the only piece of genuinely good advice we can. If anything at all can be described as jagged, do not slap it. I have genuinely, and this is genuinely one of those moments of instant karma in my fucking life. I did once slap my hand on a bar and take it away to discover a piece of glass embedded in my fucking hand.
But shouldn't have done that.
I went, ow, fuck.
Yeah. So there's your lesson, people. Don't slap jagged gashes.
If you can slap anything, don't slap anything jagged. Okay?
Oh,
Clearly slap this guy in the face, because he's done with it, but don't slap him in the gash.
Anyways. She slapped
That's gonna be a clip, isn't it?
It was.
Oh, fuck.
She slapped her hands over the gash, pressed hard. Once again, one glance at his face, at his pinched eyelids, at the white lines bracketing his mouth, told her he was still conscious.
Oh shit! This was before the PGs had written "Staying Alive," so there's no way she was gonna be able to do the proper.
Yeah, you couldn't do CPR because there was no staying alive.
And also because he's got a fucking hole in his side.
I was gonna say you couldn't go, "Oh ma, looking tired." Didn't work. Not quite the same.
I'm saying we become a just going.
Yeah, bye. my love was like a red, red rose. There we go. Anyway. Sorry.
Me and my true love will never meet again.
We are. Sorry.
No, we're on vodka.
Don't you dare die on me. His lips twisted, but his eyes remained closed. If I... His words were a whisper. Hang on, let me get close to the camera just for...
Do some ASMR shit right into that microphone.
Indeed. So, my face is going to disappear. Bear with me. But if I die... His words were a whisper. You won't have to marry me. Or anyone else. Even the most censorious of the ton will consider my death to be the end of the matter. You'll be free. Free? Then his earlier words registered. If you die? I told you. Don't you dare. I won't let you. I forbid you to. How can I marry you if you die? And how the hell will I live if you aren't alive too? As the words left her mouth, half hysterical, all emotion, she realized they were the literal truth. Her life wouldn't be worth living if he wasn't there to share it. What will I do with my life if you die?
Fucking anything! That's a very clear legal problem.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It addresses a clear logistical issue.
Because to this day, in this country, you are not allowed to marry a dead person.
It is.
And I think that's necrophiliac oppression.
I would like to, from my own experience of having been married, and I'm currently married.
To a living person. A living person, I've checked.
I did marry a living person.
I took her pulse at the wedding.
Till death do us part is a traditional part of the vows. I don't think we actually included it. So
you didn't.
No, we might be in trouble. We might
Fuck.
We might still be married if one of us dies.
To be fair, if either of you is going to take up necromancy, it's good.
This is true, and I will die of the vodka this evening.
Probably.
Yes. Where the fuck am I?
Skal.
He's... Oh, Jesus. Right.
No.
I regret everything.
I hate you.
Oh!
There wasn't actually anything. There was no reason for that.
You said skull.
There was.
Jonathan said skull. He softly snorted. He softly snorted, apparently unimpressed by, or was it not registering, her panic. Marry some other sod.
Mate, you're fucking dying, okay? These do not want to be your last words.
Right. Marry some other poor sod. Like you were planning to.
Oh, Christ.
The words cut. You!
Like a horn in the side.
I know. Like a horn in the side. Hey! The words cut. You are the only poor sod I'm planning to marry. Oh, sorry, it's a waspish tone. Her waspish response came out in a rush of rising fear. Let me try that
He's
again.
just been stabbed. You don't want to be stinging him as well.
You are the only poor sod I'm planning to marry. Her waspish response came out in a rush of rising fear. She glanced around, but there was no one in sight. Apparently the twins have fucked off.
That's a good point, yeah. It's just like, he's dead. Later, we're going to the cinema.
Well, they're off singing with the healing
I'm going to go and sing to a cow. I'll see you later when he's dead.
Apparently so. Help had yet to come running. She looked back at him.
You cried for help yet?
Readjusted the pressure on the slowly reddening. Slowly, it's hardly enough. Come on, Doc.
I mean, here's the thing. He's been stabbed in the side.
Yes.
It takes a long time to die from that shit. It's horrible. It's a long time to die from that shit, quite famously.
Yes. Anyway.
Even in the side, you might survive that. Well, gangrene. But
presumably, there's a few more pages left of the book, so he has to survive it.
Does he?
I don't know. They might do something really weird and necrophiliac on the grave. God only knows. No,
We're-
Phoebe
this is-
says
this
he
is-
survives.
We ain't Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley here.
That's fair.
This book doesn't have the balls.
They say she looked back at him, readjusting the pressure on the slowly reddening pad. I intend not only to marry you, but to lead you by the nose for the rest of your days. It's the least I can do to repay you for this. For the shock to my nerves. I'll have you know, I'd decided, even before this little incident, to reverse my decision and become your Viscountess, and lead you such a merry dance through the ballrooms and drawing rooms that you'll be grey within 2 years. It's a hell of a thing to say to someone who's just...
That's a really shitty thing to say to somebody who's dying. It's like, yeah, man, if you live, I'm gonna wear you the fuck out, son.
Yup,
Happy marriage.
happy marriage. Right.
I'm getting.
We do
real-
have...
I'm getting real Timmy the Shrew vibes.
Now,
from this.
I know that it is now 10:20.
We're 20 minutes past our usual
But
time.
also
I'm
this-
so very sorry. But you know what?
I'm
Fucking do the last
I'm
one.
having a great time and there's only 2 more Phoebe notes.
I
Phoebe,
am
can we continue with the
so
last 2
sorry.
Phoebe notes? Yay! I'm so happy. Right, okay.
I would like to say I would need a drink. Honestly, this vodka is not as bad as the
It's
last
not
one.
as bad as the last one, but also,
Genuinely, it's nothing
I
like
am,
as bad.
as I have just discovered from that adventure on my knees on the floor, I am very definitely drunk from the waist down.
I have often described some things as knee drinks,
Yes.
where you feel fine and then you stand up and realize nothing but this works.
Oh yes. Right, next Phoebe note. It says,
Yay!
after all the trials and tribulations, is there a happy ending for our 2?
You are a master of suspense, Phoebe. Thank you.
I'm really enjoying these notes, by the way. We need to do
Yeah,
this.
this is actually fucking great.
We need to do this again.
Maybe after you and I have detoxed a bit.
Maybe.
At the very least, had some fried food.
I know, right?
What bacon?
He drew breath, forged on. Nearly dying, clarified.
Oh, so he didn't die.
Yes, but also near death was what it took to clarify his thoughts.
If you need a near-death experience to clarify whether or not you should marry somebody, mate, seek some fucking counselling. Oh, it hasn't been invented.
No, it hasn't been invented
Shit!
yet. Yeah.
Damn it! When will Sigmund Freud be born?
Alas, only laudanum.
Bollocks. I mean, to be fair, you know, laudanum makes your problems just seem so insignificant.
It really does. Anyway.
Who doesn't love a little opium?
Nearly dying clarified things. When you stand on the border between life and death, the truly important things are easy to discern. One of the things I saw and finally understood was that only fools and cowards leave the truth of love unsaid. Only the weak leave love unacknowledged. Holding her gaze, but all but lost in the shimmery blue of her eyes, he raised her hand to his lips, gently kissed. So, my darling Heather, even though you already know it, let me put the truth, my truth, into words. I love you with all my heart, to the depths of my soul, and I will love you forever until the day I die.
So yesterday.
Her Yes, we can do this.
We're so close, Chris. Come on.
We're so close.
Get in there. Come on.
One more Phoebe note to go. Her smile. Happiness shone in her eyes. She pressed her finger. Because I plan to be with you, by your side, every day for the rest of your life, and in spirit far beyond. I'm yours for all eternity. Smiling, he closed his hand about hers. Mine to protect for our eternity. Yes. Neither said the word, yet the sense of it vibrated in the air all around them. I would also like to apologise for having read Mine for All Eternity like Mind the Gap on the London Underground. I realised it as I was saying it. That I was like, the intonation there is Mind the Gap. And I was like, it's not very romantic.
We're all on romance of a tube station.
All the romance of the Piccadilly line.
That's what he said with all the romance of London Underground.
Indeed. The next stop is Charing Cross. The next stop is London Waterloo.
Oh God almighty. Oh please God, make it stop.
So one last Phoebe note. We can do this.
Oh my God, before we get to Hammersmith.
One last, the final. This is the end, guys. This is the end. This is. We've made it. This is it. This is it.
So sorry for me.
I know.
Oh God.
Also, this is great. According to Phoebe, now our heroes are safe. Villain plots in his lair, somewhere north of Edinburgh.
Oh fuck off. I live north of Edinburgh. So does half the fucking country.
This is true.
Oh my God, that burns.
I know. That's what we're here for. Indigestion and romance.
Oh Christ, that actually. Oh, that burns bad. Oh, it's nasty. I haven't even had a drink.
And actually, looking at this, this is literally the final paragraph of the entire novel.
It fucking better be.
Oh yes. Glancing at the large circular clock on the wall, confirmed there was still half an hour before. Summoning his broadest brogue, he looked down at the
I'm
boys.
gonna hit someone.
Here we go. It's about to get hella Scottish in this house.
It's about to get very, very Scottish in here.
Summoning, in fact, his broadest brogue, he looked down at the boys.
The lads. Right, troops.
I kind of want to say this in like a really home counties accent just to fuck it up. Like RP it the fuck. Okay, we're gonna RP this the fuck, boys and girls.
Oh boy.
Just for contrast.
Wait, how's your Aberdonian dialect?
Aye, then I can like. That's mere faith, eh?
That's very fife.
It's very faith,
That's
eh?
extraordinarily fife.
Aye.
Hey, that's
My
very,
favourite-
very fucking fife. Eh?
I need to tell this on stream. You live.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, we'll not tell her.
No, just don't say where she fucking lives.
That's okay. Oh, that's a very good point.
Don't say that on the internet.
That's a very good point. Fife is a wide and terrible place.
Never go to Methil.
Don't do it.
Moving on.
I was gonna say this is just a brief anecdote. My favourite encounter of a Fife accent was on a plane from London to Glasgow. 3 lads sat in the seats in front of us, and the conversation, and I'm not kidding, went exactly thusly. See that lassie, eh? Would you bang her, eh? No, I'd no bang her, eh? But she's right fit, eh? Aye, she's fit, eh? But I'd no bang her, eh? How would you no bang her, eh? When she's fit, eh? Oh, I don't know, eh? 'Cause she's right fit, eh? That was the conversation. That is Fife. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
How have you never turned that into a stand?
I mean, I do it to every person that I talk to about Fife.
How have you never done that to me?
I have.
You've never said that to me.
Oh, it's great.
You've never done that bit to me. I live just outside Fife.
Mum-
How have you not done that?
Mum and I were on the plane together.
Oh, fuck.
It was great. Anyway, glancing at the large circular cock on the wall, she confirmed that there was still half an hour before the meal.
No, don't change it. Don't change it.
Summoning his broadest brogue, he looked down at the boys.
This has to be preceded with alright trips. Oh my god.
I mean,
Oh god.
in an RP dialect, it would go thusly. It would go, shall we nae gae out and luck in on the horses then? Would be the English.
Wait, no, I need to.
Yeah, that's just that bit there.
Nope. I don't know if I'm gonna fucking try that, but I've never met a Scotsman who talks like that.
Yep. ships! So we need to get locking the horses in, eh?
Oh, Burns.
Later, he could think about kidnapping Eliza Sinster.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
First,
Once we're done with the lads.
aye, he's like, alright lads, let's go and put some money on the horses! And then goes, now
Let's
think...
go at the fucking derby.
And then we'll think about
Ah,
kidnapping.
Jesus.
The end! Hooray! Woo!
Oh my god, that fucking burns. Okay, we are half an hour over time, ladies and gentlemen.
That's majestic!
What the okay, I am gonna watch this back tomorrow and I'm gonna...
Yes, you are. In terms of the shout outs at the end, I am Chris Honey. You can find me on Instagram at Chris Honey Actor. This is Jonathan Honey. You can find him not on Instagram. You can find him on Twitter at
Jonathan Honey 4. You can find my games company, Old Alliance Games, at ald_games. You can find all of my writing and game reviews and various bullshit on jonathandavidhoney.com. Yes, I own the address.
and also on Patreon.
And also on Patreon. I'm Jonathan David Honey on Patreon. Please give me money to do more of this shit. Admittedly, I was drinking mostly his vodka, but I need to afford.
Exactly. I've just realised I have huge sweat stains under my armpits and I shouldn't do that
It's
all
fine,
the time.
I have been sweating like a priest the entire time.
It's okay. As my friend used to say, sweating like a hood in a Chinese restaurant.
I usually go with sweat like a priest at an inquest, but okay.
Okay.
Right, I'm him and he's me. Let's, we're done here. We have had Phoebe, our beloved Phoebe.
Phoebe! Yes, Phoebe! Do you want to be found? Leave Phoebe alone, you assholes!
This is Phoebe. We coerced her into helping us with this horrible idea.
And we're gonna coerce her again because this was great. But don't look for her!
Don't look for her. You may find her.
You
And
creepy
that's a more terrible
assholes!
idea. Okay, everybody. This has been a terrible idea and a wonderful evening. Bye! Oh my fucking god.
End the stream!
I'm gonna fucking die.